Kayla tried to get away, but it was too late. The goblin captured her in his clay-covered hands and held her tightly. "Let me go," Kayla demanded. "I just wanted my magic vase back." "Well, you can't have it," the goblin retorted. "I love pottery. See all these beautiful things I made?" He pointed proudly at the shelf. "No, silly fairy, it's going to ruin my fun." Rachel and Kirsty watched from the potter's wheel as the goblin lifted the lid off one of the jars on the shelf. He dropped Kayla inside and put the lid on firmly. "Kayla's trapped," Rachel whispered, her eyes wide. "We have to rescue her." But before the girls had time to come up with a plan, the goblin walked over to the potter's wheel and sat down to examine the vase he had made earlier. "This vase needs a little more work," he muttered to himself. He sat down on the stool and pressed his big green foot down hard on the operating pedal. The wheel immediately began to spin around and around, taking Rachel and Kirsty with it. "Hold on, Kirsty," Rachel gasped, clutching the edge of the wheel tightly. Kirsty did the same as the wheel went faster and faster. For after a moment or two, the girls were spinning so fast that the room became a blur. They both started to feel sick and dizzy. Soon they couldn't hold on any longer. Both Rachel and Kirsty were thrown off the wheel up into the air. They tumbled down into the vase the goblin was making and landed on the damp clay at the bottom. The girls both lay there, unhurt and dazed. The goblin hadn't noticed them. Luckily, just a few seconds later, he brought the wheel to a stop. "Thank goodness," Rachel murmured. "I'm so dizzy I'm seeing double." "This clay is so wet and sticky," Kirsty complained, flicking a blob of it off her wings. Then Rachel saw her friend's eyes light up. "Oh," Kirsty exclaimed, "that gave me an idea." Kirsty quickly whispered a plan to Rachel. Then together the two girls popped up out of the vase just like Kayla had when they first met her. The goblin stared at them in disbelief, and then let out a shriek of rage. "More fairies," he roared. "I hate fairies. You are all annoying, interfering, noisy little busybodies. We just want to tell you how much we love your vase," Kirsty said with a sweet smile. The goblin looked shocked, then he grinned proudly. "In fact, if your vase was a little bit taller, I bet you'll win one of the craft's week prizes," Rachel told him. "Yes, I think I would too. I'm obviously the best potter in Rainspell Island," the goblin bragged. "If you stood on your stool, you'd be able to reach the top of the vase to make it taller," Kirsty pointed out innocently. "You know, that's not a bad idea for a silly little fairy," the goblin said. He hopped onto the stool, stood on his tiptoes, and leaned over the vase. Kirsty and Rachel suddenly flew behind him. "Here we go," Kirsty whispered, "on the count of three."